Hello! I thought I would start this vlog off with a little book haul. I got some books that I bought with my birthday money, which I am very excited to show you. And here they are: 3 Dark Crowns, which I've already read, 2 Dark Range, which will be in my October TBR, and Dance of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson. They're all so pretty! I'm so happy to have them. I'm doing an unhaul real quick. These are some books I want to get rid of. Matched by Ali Condi, Serafina and the Black Cloak. I'm currently listening to this on audiobook. It's okay. Hallowed by Cynthia Hand, Bloodlines by Rochelle Mead, Woven by Michael Jensen and David Powers King. I really enjoyed this book. I don't know if I'll ever continue. And then Hillbilly Elegy I'm giving back to my grandma.
Bye.
I have just drew out my new October cover page. Now I need to ink it. It's all going to be black. It's done. I thought about going around with this, but I'm afraid to mess it up. I may just leave it like this. Simple, spooky, cute. Let me know what you think. My plan today is to paint this kitchen and get all my new decor up. I am so ready for this. Here it is so far. Table's a mess, but it's a lot wider. There's the original color. This is just the first coat, and we plan on going over it again. Walls are done. Now I am doing the trim around everywhere, and then I can hang up all my stuff and put my kitchen back together. Okay, so first thing I'm going to show you is my September wrap-up, and that will be in my journal. Okay, first off, here is my TBR. I've only read, 3 books out of my TBR. I failed my TBR, but I read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 books in September, and a huge majority of them were audiobooks and ebooks. 3 books were books that I owned. So the first one I am going to talk about is Lost Library by Kate Bray. I gave it 3.5 stars. It is not what I was expecting. I was expecting more of a Lost Library where they had to like find it or something. And it was about werewolves and a magic book and this girl discovering she has magic powers. It's not what I was expecting, but I mean, I kind of enjoyed it. And I read the whole thing, so I guess I enjoyed it. The next book is One Day at Horrorland by R.L. Stine. This was like a nostalgic book read for me, and now I just want to like pick up as many R.L. Stine books that I can. I gave it 3.5 stars. Roderick Rules, Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I listened to the audiobook of that with my boys, and I had him rate it, and he gave it 4 stars. The next book was Daughter of the Pirate King by Tricia Levenseller. I gave that 4 stars, and that was an ebook from the library. I really enjoyed it. I am very excited to get my hands on the next book, hopefully in physical form. The next book is The Glass Spare. I gave it 4 stars, and this is by Lauren DeStefano. So sorry, but I got that as an ebook. I thought it was pretty good. I think I liked Daughter of the Pirate King more than I liked The Glass Spare. Sorry for my shakiness and twitching here. I don't know what's going on with my hand today, but yeah, that was a pretty good book. It was weird, but good. The next book was The Fifth Wave by Rick Yancey, and I gave it 4 stars. I listened to the audiobook and read the physical copy. I really enjoyed it, except the romance. I mean, I wasn't a really big fan of it. I didn't mind it. It was just odd, and I think I'm going to try to continue on with the series because I'm very curious to see what happened to Ethan, is that his name? I want to know what's going on with him. The next book is Fairest by Marissa Meyer. I listened to it on audiobook. I gave it 4 stars. I did not plan on picking this book up, but I'm so glad I did, because I got to listen to Queen Lavanna's backstory and why she behaved the way she behaved. And it's her parents' doing and her sister, and it's just, it was very bad. I almost feel sorry for her, but at the same time, it's hard to feel sorry for her. I don't know. Let me know if you felt that way when you read Fairest. The next one is The Last Straw by Jeff Kinney, and this is another Diary of a Wimpy Kid. And, oh, I didn't put the rating down. I think he gave that 5 stars. I don't know why, but I forgot to put it down, but I think that's what it was. It was 4.5 or 5. We listened to the audiobook of it. And then the last book that I completed was The Kiss of Deception by Mary E. Pearson, and I gave it 5 stars. This was a reread for me, and this time I listened to it on audiobook, which I am so glad I did. I felt like it made it more enjoyable. It had, 3 different narrators? Or was the guy the same, the 2 guys? I think it was 3 different narrators, and I loved how they switched narration between each character. It was very good. I loved it so much more this time around than I did the first time. And so I'm very excited to read on the next book. I'm wanting to get the audiobook for it. That will also be a reread, but this book was very good. I loved it. I loved it the first time I read it, but this time it was so much more enjoyable. It is a very slow-paced read. There's not a lot of action, so if you don't like that kind of stuff, this book may not be for you. But if you do like a slow-paced read, slow burn, not a lot of action, then pick up this book, and I really do hope you enjoy it. Now I need to count my pages read, and I need to put it in like YA or children's or adult and audiobook and own. So I'm going to put all the categories together, and then I will update you on that. Okay, now jumping into my results, I guess. Stats? There we go, stats. 2,805 pages read and listened to, and I drew a little happy face. 3 ebooks, 5 audiobooks, 2 physical copies. I know that does not equal, 9? But it's, some of them are more than one thing that I did. 2 sci-fi, 4 fantasy, 3 romance, 6 YA, 1 adult, and 3 children's middle grade. Again, it does not come out to 9, but that's because more books had more categories. 2 3.5 stars, 5 4 stars, 1 4.5 stars, and 1 5 star. Now, I think that does go out to 9. So there we go. There is my stats for the month of September, and now I'm going to cut over to and show you my October TBR. Alright, the first book I wanted to show up here is Two Dark Reigns by Kendara Blake. This is the book I am currently reading. Another book is It by Stephen King, and I am currently on page 235, part 6 of a chapter, I guess. And then there's Little Dobby. And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. This will be my first Agatha Christie book I will hopefully read since it's on my TBR, but I really hope I enjoyed this, and I would love to get more into her work. Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Hunter by Seth Grahame-Smith. I have the movie of this, which is why I'm wanting to read the book so I can watch the movie. I've had this on my shelf for far too long now, and I think it's time to be read. Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. This is a recently acquired book. I've heard a lot about it, so I'm very interested. This Savage Song by Victoria Schwab. I've had this book for far too long now, and it's time to get it off of my TBR shelf. I don't know why I haven't read it. I've started it but it needs to be completed. Dance of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson. I am so happy I got this book. This will be in my haul here in just a little bit. But the cover is absolutely gorgeous. I love Mary's writing. I love how kind of slow it is, I guess you can say. That's the right word. I don't know. But I'm very I'm so excited to have this, and I started it and I need to continue. And the last book, as far as I know right now, is Frankenstein Lost Souls by Dean Koontz. This is another book I've had on my TBR for a while, and I just thought with it kind of being a Frankenstein themed book that it'd be perfect for this month. Plus I want to get it off my TBR shelf. Okay, so before I got busy today, I wanted to show you what books I got in September and part of just the other day. The first book is Fractured Fairy Tales by A.J. Jacobs. It's just a bunch of fairy tales retold. The Witch's Broom, The Frog Prince, Rumpelstiltskin, Elves and the Shoemaker, just a whole bunch. So I'm very fascinated by retelling, so I can't wait to get into this. Another book I have is Dance of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson. I love the cover. It's pretty. This is on my TBR this month. I showed you in the last one. Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. And then I found my boys' book 4 of Diary of a Wimpy Kid. This is Dog Days. My mom found a book called Warriors 3, and it's just a bunch of short stories written by several different authors: Diana Gabaldon, Robin Hobb, Lawrence Block, Carrie Vaughn, David Morrell, James Rollins, and J.R. Lansdale, and it's edited by George R.R. Martin and Gardner Dozes. I have no idea how to say that, sorry, but this is just a bunch of short stories. Another book that I'll probably flip through and then maybe get rid of again is Wizards and Witches, Fantasy and Folklore, although I may keep it. Like I said, I still need to flip through it, so we'll see what kind of folklore it has in it. To Kill a Mockingbird, Graceling, and Jane Eyre. This is my second copy of this now. Matilda. I loved this movie when I was younger, so I'm very interested to read the book. I've heard it's a lot rougher than the movie. I don't know. I'm very curious. The Memory Keeper's Daughter. 2 Goosebumps books. This is Go Eat Worms, and this one is Reader Beware, You Choose the Scare. Welcome to Wicked Wax Museum. I really liked this when I read it, and I always remember, I read it several times because I wanted to try to see which paths I can take through this book. The Lightning Thief, the first book in the Percy Jackson series. So now I can start reading this. I'm very excited about this one. This is wicked. I showed it on my Instagram. It's very pretty. Here's this. And then you open it up and then there's the illustration. I am so excited about this. I've heard people commenting on my picture, and they were saying the book is different than the Broadway show, but that is completely understandable because nothing is the same as it's written. So I've never even seen the Broadway show anyway, so what do I have it to compare it to? Glass Sword, The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. This is the children's edition, like the easy reader kind of classic. I do like these. These are what I read when I was younger, these types of classics. And maybe when my boys want to read something, I can give them these books. They're very easy to read and I love them. Another book that I got is Two Dark Reigns. This is what I am currently reading. I told you that in the last clip. But I am really enjoying it so far, and I'm glad I got it. And it's not a trilogy, it's a series, which I am so glad someone told me. Thank you, Lacey. And then I got David Copperfield by Charles Dickens, and I got this from my mom. She already had a copy of David Copperfield, so she gave me this one, and it's beautiful. I love this so much. Here are all the books that I got in September and over the weekend. If you've read any of these, let me know. Hey everybody, just popping in here to say thank you for watching this vlog slash TBR slash book haul slash September wrap up, and I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you've read any of these books down in the comments, and I will talk to you in the next vlog. Bye!